Hmm. Let me get this straight. So, let's put on our thinking cap for a minute, shall we? So, I want to talk to my men and my females. But first, I'm going to talk to my females first. First, let me introduce you to my name. My name is Denise LaSalle Williams. And you can cash at me, $UMass 2025. Okay. I am a prophetess, a minister, dance ministry, and the deaf ministry, which I do mime and sign. And I also do choreography of the dance, of liturgical dance for National Liturgical Dance Network. That's what I do. All right, so let's bypass that. Let me talk to my females and my male. Let me get this straight. So, you go up with a guy that you think that you love or that you care about. All right, he has a little job like McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. I don't care if he worked for mechanic. Then, fast forward, you get pregnant. Now you're pregnant. You tell the guy that you're pregnant, and the guy tells you that, well, it's not my baby. You must have been sleeping with somebody else. You know, the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm talking about, right? The whole thing. Now you separate from him. All right? Now you're all up in his face months later. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take you to court for child support, blah, blah, blah. Right? But you weren't thinking about money or nothing of the kind when you was riding him, having sex with him, laying on your back, getting the goods, talking about, come on, Johnny boy, right? You weren't thinking about that then. You weren't thinking about all the consequences then. Let me get this straight. So, fast forward. Now, things didn't work out between you and Johnny Gill. I'm using the name. Now, Blow Joe comes around with a little fast car, nice rim, big sound speaker, the whole 9 yards. And you have this child by Johnny Gill. The one that you break up with, he's no longer useful to you anymore because you thinking that Joe Blow got it going on because he got this fine car and showing up these dollar bills in front of you, telling you I can take care of you and do all these things better than the guy you was with. So now you're telling the baby daddy that you could take care of this child by yourself and you don't need him, or he wanted a better kiss, or he wasn't this and he wasn't all that. And Blow Joe, which is, got this fine car, can do better than what he can do. Let me get this straight. You got Blow Joe in the house. Blow Joe got this fine, all this little so-called money that you thought was good. But Blow Joe does not bring any meat in the house. Blow Joe does not give you money to buy laundry, to wash the clothes. Blow Joe do not give you money for the children when the child needs. And every time that you and that child, or every time that child needs assistance or asks you, Mama, I need help, or Mama, I need the first thing Blow Joe do is make that child go to bed. I want to get rid of him. Let that child get out my face. I'm trying to sleep. All of a sudden, he got to sleep. All of a sudden, he got a problem. The only thing Blow Joe wanted was a free ride, a free bed to sleep on, and free meal. Because the Bible said if a man does not work, he does not eat. All right? Now, let me get this straight. You spent $40, ladies. I'm estimating now. Actually, most nail salons is $35 for a full set of nails, right? So you tax it. $40 for a full set of nails. Probably $200 to $300 to get your hair done. Get your braids, whatever you got to get done. Your weave. Because some weave is $300 for traps. You spent like $100 on a new outfit. Now you get your eyelashes, maybe you get your little $20 fake eyelashes, another $20 to get your eyebrow wax, $200 makeup, fancy makeup, your perfume. Okay. Now, all of this, your fancy clothes, your makeup, your hair, the whole 9 yards. So let me get this straight. You spent approximately almost $700 for one night or one day to be with a man that only for one night, all of that dress up, makeup, your Maybelline, your Victoria's Secret, your bra, your underwear, your thongs, the whole 9 yards for one night that's going to be thrown on the floor. Really? So mama and daddy was working all these years to put you through school, take care of you, buy you clothes and shoes. And some of them probably have bought you, some of you girls or guys love nice sneakers, right? So let's understand that. If you like Jordan or Kobe Bryant or whatever, and those sneakers cost, let's say, $200. You take those $200 sneakers and you throw them on the floor, right? That's money that's wasted because you didn't take care of it. So for one night that you with the freaking man or some woman that you spent almost $600 for one night to get together, for what? Really? Let me get this straight. So you go to court, you file for child support, and you get that little bit of money, right? You tell the judge, okay, well, the child needs food, the child needs clothes, the child needs lights, the child needs this. Fellas, I want y'all to hear this now. Yes, the absentee parent, which is the man or female, do have to pay that child support. What that means is they're paying their portion because they're not there, right? But you're not paying all that money into the expenses. You're bailing Blojo out of jail, or Blojo may ask you for some money for investment. He's smoking his weed, buying cigarettes or whatever. You mean to tell me you can afford to take care of a man that's not your husband, not your boy, just a little freaking boyfriend, and claim to love you in the beginning? You spent $600-700 for one night to get your groove on, and then you get pregnant. And even if you don't get pregnant, you get a little disease. Now you all are crying over a stimulus check. If you couldn't take care of what you had in the beginning and managing that, what in the world are you going to do with $1,200 plus an extra additional $500 with kids? You're going to do the same thing. Take care of a freaking man. I'm a mother, I have a son, so, hey. More power to y'all daughters. Because let me tell you, I'm going to tell you right now. I told my son like this. I am too young for babies. I'm not young, honey. I'm hitting 50 years old. But y'all want to have them babies, that's fine, because I'm enjoying me. Listen, if you feel like you woman enough and man enough to go out there and have them babies, that's on you. Because Denise has not sent home rocking none. Y'all feel me? Now, if you feel women that, and I've heard some of y'all women, when I ride the bus and or when I'm around, telling their boyfriends, oh, baby, put on that new outfit that I bought you. Wait a minute. When you was going with him, the first day you was going with him, where did he get the money to buy that new outfit that he got? Oh, that was just the only outfit he had? You mean to tell me he didn't have clean drawers after that, but that you got to take care of him like a mother figure? You mean to tell me he didn't have clean socks after that? But you buying him clothes and shoes and take care of him? But then let me get this straight. You got kids that you're not really doing for, or you tell the judge that your kids need these things, but you don't spend that money on shop, but you're going to take it and spend it on a man? But I thought the Bible tells me that if a man don't work, he don't eat. I thought that the man's supposed to be the breadwinner, supposed to take care of home. So let me get this straight. He comes into your apartment that you fight to get, living off of your resources, that's not paying their light bill. and you are asking him what he wants to eat, honey, let me tell you something. I'm serious. I live by myself. I've been there. I've done that. I was married. I had a husband. I had a whole 9 yards. That's why I could tell you. But it's getting crazy now. You mean to tell me you going to ask a man or woman what they want to eat that they're not providing meat in the house? Let me get this straight. Does that make sense? Hold up. You laying up with him. You're riding him. Oh, not only that. Let's even go further than that. Let me even go further. It's going to help some of y'all. I was always told like this. When you have little kids, you don't bring any and every man in your house or every woman in your house. Stop telling these children that's going to be your mama. Those kids already had one mama and one daddy when they first came into existence in this world. Amen? So, if he's sitting in the living room and with the remote and he goes, well, and you getting ready to go to bed. Well, baby, I'm going to bed now. Okay, baby, I'm going to follow you. That's different. But if he's behind you and say, well, baby, I'll be right back. I got to go to the bathroom. Instead of you going directly to the room, you should be looking outside by the door, making sure he's going directly to the bathroom. Because, honey, 9 times out of 10, if you got little kids or you got a 15-year-old, he's passing that bathroom door. He's making sure that you're not looking or nobody's following where he's going. Because if he goes in your child's room and then he's closing the door, after he looked to make sure the way is clear, he's already getting ready to do something to your child. Then he's telling your child, especially if he's not the father figure, and then there's some nasty men that don't care anyway, sleeping with their child, that their penis is licking like a lollipop. Imagine them telling an 8-year-old that it's licking like a lollipop, and then the sperm come out of there, or when they ejaculate, that they want them to lick it like it's juice, it's berries. You imagine them telling an 8-year-old that? Yes, I've heard all that in my psychology days. That they actually tell little kids, and these kids tell me the thing that's what they do. That's what happens, what they go through in abuse. Or don't tell your mama this. Your mama might get mad. Or don't tell her that things might happen. Even in the church, when kids are being molested, when you're pushing your children up to be to the pastor, to be rubbed, or to fall in their head, oh, I want Johnny to stay after service, and I'll bring him home. Hell no. You do not leave Johnny or Sally Sue with Pastor John, Pastor Mary, and then thinking they're going to bring them home after service. And no camping because they got other kids going. If you can't chaperone and go yourself, then the kids don't go either. Amen? I'm bringing a warning. Because let me get this straight. If you could sit there and trust your kid that enough to go do that, then something is wrong. And anytime you could take money and feed a man steak, lobster, oh, wait a minute, fancy bed with all the roses and all that good stuff, pretty sure you could take care of your kids like that. How many of you have ever surprised your children like that on their 12th birthday, their 15th birthday, and just give them fancy balloon for their birthday and put them little petals on them just to say, I love you. Or even if they don't have to be on their birthday, just to say you thought of your own child and giving God thanks that you have a child. But you know what? On a normal occasion, because he done cheated or because he done did something and got caught, now he's bringing you some little petals or make little hearts of it, and little champagne that he's probably paid $10 for, something that you can buy. And probably you stole money at your pocketbook and bought it. Let me get this straight. You gonna buy a man a polo shirt and he can't buy it? When he met you, he only had one garment. All the time that you and him was going together, he probably borrowed somebody else's clothes. How you know the underwears he got and the BVDs he got on was his? But you buying him clothes like you his mama. Honey, let me tell y'all something. if you got to, I don't care if you're married. I know that your man is your job as a wife to provide, but it's the man's place to take care of home. And if you're married and you both of you working, you should be able to share equal. He bringing groceries one time, you bring groceries, or y'all share. Because this thing of, but I'm basically talking to my single women that are doing the dumb stuff and these little young women, right? You out there buying the expensive neck bones and fat back and pigtail and asking him what he want to eat. Not one time did he ask you what you want to eat. Oh, he'll ask you, but it's the food you bought. How many times have he ever been left home and washed the dishes, take out the trash, mop and sweep the floor without you asking him to do it? How many times have he ever waxed the floors, cleaned the stove? And I don't mean wiping the top of the counter stove. I mean taking the top up and clean the inside where the burners at. That's what you call clean. Going through the window sills and cleaning the windows, you know. I'm getting that mold. That's what I'm talking about. You see, some of the fellas, they go in there using the bathroom, you can see piss rings all around the toilet, but they won't clean it. But he's in your house. And then you get mad with the baby daddy because Joe Blow is good. But see, you being a maid for Blow Joe. And then you telling the baby daddy he can't come see his child. Why? Because he's not giving you $300-400 every week to get your $400 hair done. But see, let me get this straight. On a regular secular job, you wouldn't have been buying no $400 hair. You would have been buying a wig. I still got some of my wig, even though I got my real hair. Amen. You see this woman here? This is my grandmother. We're Cherokee Indian. We have natural long hair. Sometimes I just keep my hair braided because it's simple for me to keep me from doing it, all the time doing it. And blow job because my hair's like this. But I thank God I live by myself. You know why? When I first moved in my other house, my apartment, I started to shed tears. Then I said, one spoon, one fork, one knife, one glass, one mug, less dishes to wash. And sometimes my trash can, I don't even have to worry about taking trash out twice out in one day. Because why? It's only one me. And when I make up my bed, I only got one section on my side of my bed because I sleep on the section side that I sleep on. But you all, wow. And I don't have that, what you want to eat. I got one person, I'm going to tell you, there's one person that I feed. This is one person I feed. I don't have to ask what you want to eat. She got certain food, special food that she eat. And I would prefer this being mine than man. You understand? Don't talk back. Don't tell me what they want to eat. I know what certain food that she eats. She's a surf dog, but she's also a highly trained canine dog, right? She's one of the canine. So I'd rather have this than what you are bargaining for. Amen. Y'all probably laughing. Men, the same thing. You all out there with these little women, half of them don't even clean their behind. But you going downtown, you putting your tongue everywhere. Stop it. Because half of them, when they go in the shower, they take the soap bar and wash their body with their hand. See, I'm telling you that because when I used to be in stop Kyoko. When I used to, there was a time that I stayed in a shelter, right? And the reason I had to do so, in order for me to get the place I had to be afforded, that's what I had to do. I came from a family in a farm. I lived in South Carolina. I came into Boston. I have family. We have our own house, our own place. But when I moved here back to Massachusetts in 2008, I was living with my family members. So then I said there was too many in the house, so I decided I'd move out. So when I moved out, I said, okay, there was this program that they had, so I could go and I stayed at the shelter, right? But back and forth, I was staying, with the children, but I was able to, be with my family, communicate with them and still go shopping. I did all the napkins because my furniture and everything was in storage. I paid for everything that I had. I saved my money. I didn't have to, even then, I bought my own washcloths, my own babe towel, my own babe cloth, my own soap. Everything came in packages brand new. My own sheets and towels. I had permanent bed, permanent bedding. So, and most times in shelters, you have to have if you going to work or going to school or whatever, that's the only time you get a contract bed. So I had a contract bed because truly I was in school and I would leave in the morning and go to school and I'd be in school all day. All right. So I'm not a little kid. I'm getting ready to graduate from another college. So let me get this straight. So when I moved in my house and I was glad I didn't have to keep paying that extra storage fee. That $200 extra storage fee, that was money I could have to do other things. So everything in my home was paid for. Mine. So what I'm saying to some of you all that spend your money wisely when you get your stimulus check. It's not for you to go out there and get a cookout to feed your man and his friends Budweiser, Michelob, Coke 45, cigarettes and all that. Because if they can't buy it on their own, you don't need to be buying it. Okay? And buying the ice to keep it cool and buying all the steaks and stuff. Because when that is over, once that stimulus check is over and it's back to reality of life, you're not going to be able to afford that steak that you used to get, especially a prime rib, because prime rib is like $45, $50. And half of you all don't even buy a $50 prime rib now, right? So don't go crying to the system talking about now we cannot afford to take care of our expenses at home when you do need to help now. So then you make time out. So let me get this straight. $600 that you spent for one freaking night for that man to rub on your $400 hair, $200 hair, and your makeup that was rubbed on his pillow that you spent good $100, your little $100 brand new outfit, your $100 sneak shoes that you wore that night, your little thongs or your Victoria's Secret, all of that for one night is on the floor. Let me tell you something. I have clothes. I got brand new stuff that I have not even worn yet. Right? I've had it for years. But my thing is that I take care of things wisely. I got shoes I haven't even worn yet. Some stuff I can't even wear yet because they're a little bigger on my foot and because my foot shrinks and comes back and forth. But the thing about it is I don't run through things like that. And if you're going to buy a pair of $600 shoes for one night, and you throwing it all over the place, and not knowing that you may not never get another $600 to buy another pair of $600 shoes for a man. And what happens when that man leave you for another blondie or for another woman? So think about this. If you have children, ladies, think about your children. I'd rather spend $50, $60, $70, $80, $100, $20 on my children. I want to make sure that my children got lights, water, heat, gas, my rent's paid, my lights paid, my gas paid, my insurance. Some of you all, I had just recently got some insurance on myself. So because at first I couldn't afford it. But now me and my son, we can afford it. My son's 25 years old, but he's paying his own insurance. So, but a lot of us don't think about that. And this is the time to think about this thing now for the coronavirus, right? We don't know what's next, the next 8 years. You don't know what's getting ready to come up. So if you're blessed now, you don't know what's next. Amen. I just talked to one of my in-laws. She lost her house during the tornado. So now we have the coronavirus. They're in the quarantine. And then on top of that, a tornado, they lost their house. But like I said, think about it. Fellas, don't be bringing in every woman in your house. Please. I don't care how good looking she is. Don't do that. And if she's not bringing nothing to the table, and I'm not talking about sex, okay? Leave that for the cats and the dogs, okay? I'm talking about reality business. If you have to go out there and buy bacon, eggs, now the first night, you treat them out and take them out to eat, whatever. That's your place on a date or whether invite them over for dinner. But I'm talking about a constant thing. Same thing, women and men. I've had a cousin. Matter of fact, my cousin, he was married to this woman. And all she used to do was brag about how she had this trust fund, treasure. But then when it come to put up the shut up, she had nothing. So let me get this straight. You can spend $600, like I said, hair, false hair, nails, makeup, clothes, shoes, to press all this to press your friends. Can't keep gas in your car. Struggling to pay car insurance because you got to get around. You're fussing with the daycare center because let me tell you something. If some of you, when this is over, some of you got to go back there, you all going to have to pay that that $300 sitting fee that you all had in the beginning. So you better be thinking now, prioritize your time, because $300 a week in child care that you all was paying, that bill is still there when you go back, because your child needed a space to sit if you have to go back to work. And some of you have to go back to work that they're pushing, trying to go there. They have no cure for this virus. And you don't know what's getting ready to come up. That's why you need to be making plans and thinking about things now instead of this other stuff. So I love all of you. Think about this stuff. Like I said, I just was, throw a little joke at you all, but to try to play like my dog. I'd rather my dog. I'd rather buy her some pedigree and make sure she has socks and little clothes, little things that I give her, and she's happy with that. Then this other stuff. We happy, we content. But you asking a man what he want, and he said, oh, maybe that would be a good idea to get us some lobster. Lobster's $14 per lobster. And imagine, y'all sitting there getting a big old bowl of lobster for you and your friends, and ain't nobody chipping in to pay for it. That could have been light bill you could be paying. That could be preparing to put that money away so when time for those kids to go back to school, you have supplies. Let me get this straight. But I love all y'all. If you have a topic or something you want to talk to me about, or have an issue, you can hook me up, Denise. You can inbox me on my Facebook Live. Look up Denise Williams on my Facebook. Or you can email me at dealersouth43@outlook.com. Please do not send me no hate mail, no threatened mail, because all that's going to do is it sends right to the police department, which is 5 minutes away from my house. Amen. So I'm looking for good chick. If I'm trying to hit the 1,000 viewers, so that I can, if y'all support me, tell your friends, share it with your friends, share it with your family. Please help me, y'all, so I can get my thing monetized and get my thing going, because there's so many other things that's getting ready to come up. I got a whole new show, whole new something getting ready to come up. Also, I want to show you one more thing before I go. One more thing. I've started my organization called New World Vision Family Outreach, which is my ministry in the beginning. And now I'm going to reopen it back up. And what I'm doing is, those of you, as you can see, I started my mug. I got the tote bag, the mug. will be T-shirts. If you want one, this is my baby. If it's her on it. We're supporting the what's the name of it? The Animal Rescue League here in Boston, and I'm going to support Boston Medical Center because we want to try. The goal is to try to raise money so that at least one person can get a ventilator. One person can get take care during this quarantine. We want at least help one. And my vision is to help an elderly. And the reason why I say the elderly is because, as you all know, they're in various places and states that elderly in the nursing home are dropping, they're dying like flies. So if you have a loved one in the nursing home, whether it's an uncle, a granduncle, a cousin, your grandmother or whatever, you all have to be, really think because they're dying. Amen. Because they don't get a chance to get out and go to the doctor, like you and I can go. So they're there, they're confined. And some of you don't think so. This is the reason why I'm doing New World Vision Family Outreach, INC. And I'll be doing the mugs. As you can see, her logo, my baby's logo is Kyoko. Kyoko is my service dog because I was born hearing impaired, born deaf here, and I'm hearing impaired here. So I do talk. I have what you call also support the deaf ministry because, like I said, I am a choreographer for the deaf ministry. I am one of the choreographers for the liturgical dance ministry, and I'm also a deaf minister. So this is what those of you that don't know what this is. Those that are doctors, audiologists, this is a roundo. It's a magnetic because I have a magnetic in my head for the hearing. I do have my hearing aid here. I will be getting the new one that's going to be going to this. I have one goes here, but the other one will be going here in July. So what this is streams. I have a whole system set up that I can stream my YouTube, music, radio, TV, everything will be here, and I'll be able to stream it in here. So it's hands-free. So you probably wonder, wait a minute, she's deaf, but she can talk. That's because I was able to hear when I was younger. I wasn't able to hear here, but I was able to hear here, and I was able to learn words while I was younger. So I was one of the few of the deaf to be able to do that. So I do support deaf ministry, and I am going to be supporting those that are elderly. So you think about elderly who are mute and deaf, this is what we're going to be doing through New World Vision. I have the jacket, as I said, the jacket, the tote bag, and the mug. Soon I'll be getting the T-shirts made. So with the mug, it is $8, and I had it made from Vistaprint. I have my business card already, and I had it ever since last year. So, all right, I have my business card. So as you can see, I have my business card. So you can support me. $UMass 2025. Amen. $UMass 2025. So hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Share this. I love you all. Ta-ta.